fucking nerd.
He did it!
And welcome to The Gutter. My name is Steven. This is the 33rd episode of The Gutter Nerds podcast. Joining me today at the end of the couch is Byronic Commando, our friend Chuck.
Hello.
Next to him is Crazy Cat Lady from our Destiny stream and Ghost Recon Wildlands stream. She's even made an appearance in the GTA Heist stream. Is a Crazy Cat Lady, Whitney.
AKA the best driver I ever had.
And Whitney's boyfriend Sam is here also. Welcome.
I'm Batman.
and he's Batman today. Sam also does the Destiny stream and Enter the Gungeon stream, a couple of other things that we do. So today our episode is brought to you by Catching the Bouquet. When it's all you want in this world.
That face. What the fuck is that face?
Do you want to?
And look at everybody in the back. She's like,
This girl on the far left is who I pushed down to get it.
holy shit!
Do you want to explain?
yeah, sure.
Like, is there a story here? Like, we can.
You can't start off with that, man.
Brava. Bravissima.
Right? Yeah. So what happened? What was the thing there?
That was my sister's wedding, and I've always been good at catching the bouquet. I think that was like my third or fourth bouquet catch. It didn't work out. It didn't pan out, clearly, because Sam and I are celebrating our 4th anniversary on Sunday. But you know, whatever. So I'm super competitive, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it. So I definitely hip checked and I grabbed it, and then that was me. That was me leaving the dance floor, realizing what I had just done. And I'm so glad that they captured that face, because that was the moment I was like, I'm never doing that again. And
That was the, oh my god, I'm a monster.
Because it really looks like a...
It does.
It does. It feels yeah. But that was your realization face.
yeah,
Throw it back up there.
We've been to several weddings since, and I refuse.
Oh my god.
I mean,
What have I done?
I caught it like a football, in the arm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
in the numbers.
Yeah, I was totally. Oh god, that was awful. But I've never done it since, and I will never catch another bouquet.
So when you go to weddings, you don't do the bouquet toss.
I probably won't even. I don't want to throw a bouquet at my next wedding because I
You
don't.
think you'll run back and catch it and knock people down?
If it makes you feel any
For
better.
the third one.
There's a picture of me at a wedding when they go to throw the birdie, right? And throw the garter. And there is a group of single dudes all going, huh? And then further in the foreground, there's me from behind, just kind of watching the thing go with my hands in my pockets,
Somebody
the exact opposite.
Kim says Sam isn't in a relationship, but Whitney is.
It's so
Wow.
The zing.
Well, I just like.
Wow.
I love that Sam. You were referred to as my boyfriend. I have taken over your place in this group.
Yeah, she's the
it's-
cool one now.
I didn't know I had a place in this group.
You don't.
Okay.
You're kind of ancillary now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
the way
already
I
done.
like it.
We're already done with the heists, so
I like to be off
you
the
can go
grid.
now.
We're done with the heist. You can go now.
I mean, I'm really good at Ghost Recon.
You better watch out, Chuck.
That's true.
We don't need you anymore.
Take you out.
To dinner? Oh, here you have to say it into the camera.
Which one? This one?
Straight ahead.
I'm Batman.
There you go. Yeah, not bad.
Thank
so,
you, Batgirl.
What you guys been playing? Chuck, what you been playing?
Outside of Fallout New Vegas, which
I guess the question is, what have you been playing at all?
what have I been playing? Wait, what was the question?
At all? What have you been playing at all?
What have I been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing recently?
Battlefield 3, Fallout
How
New
is
Vegas.
this difficult? We do this every week.
But you changed up the wording of the question. You changed the cue cards. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't improv. I'm stupid.
Good night, Gutter Nerds. Go fuck yourself.
New Vegas.
Yeah, I've been
Right,
playing
yeah.
New Vegas,
like
which
that.
is my official stream game until I beat it.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, my stream is finally taking off. Everybody, thank you very much for your help on that. Also on the side, I've been playing Battlefield 3 just for shits and giggles. See what it's like.
Have you had more shits or more giggles?
I've had...
Fair.
I don't know, probably about half and half. It's just kind of run-of-the-mill
Giggle
FPS
shits?
for me. No giggle shits. I get more giggle shits out of Fallout New Vegas than I
That's
do.
Whitney.
We both said.
Oh, so I should get more giggle shits out of Destiny 2 then.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I find myself playing more mobile games nowadays. Since I've been on my phone for so long, I've been so close to my phone, waiting for callbacks on
Your auditions?
on my auditions, on my applications.
Playing a lot of Fire Emblem Heroes there, Chuck?
No, I vow to never go back to that game again.
Whatever, it's a good game.
It's going to take a lot of effort on Nintendo's part for me to go back to the Fire Emblem mobile game.
You're a piece of shit.
Well, you're a piece of shit too, but I don't question your taste in games, do I?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Game
Where
Guy.
did my southern accent just come from? I just start thinking
'Cause
about
you were-
Fallout New
I was gonna
Vegas,
say, I
and it just comes right on out.
rolled
Hey,
out.
y'all, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
I like the music keeps me entertained when he plays because I'll watch it for like 3 or 4 hours and I like the music.
The music is phenomenal. Like, I just wish it weren't the same 7 songs
Over and
across 3 channels.
Game Guy likes BF3 more than BF1, he says.
I haven't played BF1, so I cannot speak to that.
Oh, to the neighbor that comes over unannounced, which is also a Game Guy called you. What have you been playing? Sam.
Neighbor that comes over unannounced.
Oh yeah, I'm
Are
like
you- you're the Cosmo
like
Kramer.
Yeah.
With better
I'm
hair.
fine with that. He's the coolest one on that entire show. Um,
Does that make me George? I don't want to be the George Costanza.
No, you would be
Newman?
Newman.
That's...
No, man!
Because like every time I see him, like, hello, Chuck.
Newman.
Sam. Anyway, what been fucking playing?
Same as last week.
What was it?
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Fallout 4, Fire Emblem Heroes.
Welcome, Derp. Welcome to the GN
Holy
channel.
shit!
Derp! Derp! He followed you,
It's
Chuck.
Derp!
How's it going, Derp?
I'm so glad. Like,
What's
Derp.
up with Derp?
Derp
is
has been a.
moving.
Oh, there's your sitcom name. What's up with Derp? Derpa is one of Chuck's followers.
Yeah, he has migrated from my channel to our channel. Like, hi Derp.
So
Good to see you, man.
Oh, how are you liking Fallout 4 still, though? Have you found any new enjoyment, any new interesting things in Fallout 4?
It's still
The game guy
great.
says, why are you playing Fallout? Why are you playing Fallout 4? There's a
What?
good question.
Why wouldn't I play Fallout 4?
Is there better things to
You're-
play out there?
I would say you're just a fan of the Fallout.
You can't talk, newbie gamer.
Whatever. I
Okay.
like giving you a hard time. I'm pro at though.
You played a grand total of 3 games.
False.
Oh.
Hey!
Derp already knows the Fallout. Sweet.
Look at that.
You even get the
Thank
Chuck
you,
dance,
Derp.
too.
And ready for Fallout 4 VR? Would you play Fallout 4 in VR?
He's already playing Fallout 4 now. Why would he not play it in VR?
I would play Fallout 4 in VR if I didn't have to pay for anything extra.
Like $500
Okay.
bucks.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
A
That's-
$300 headset.
Game guys have become
Now-
a shit.
like I have heard people say VR, but I think that right now VR is kind of crappy, so I wouldn't play it now. But I'm really looking forward to the day where it becomes an actual thing, and I think VR is. I think it's been around for a while in different like crappy iterations, like the Virtual Boy
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
I-
I think now it's gonna get
With
there.
the head, the free head turning and the hand motion stuff.
You would still
Of-
need
of-
the ability to walk around.
Well, ish. I'm not super needing that, but in terms of what Bethesda's announced in terms of Skyrim VR, Doom VR, and Fallout 4 VR, Fallout 4 is the one I'm most likely to be a system
Skyrim
seller for.
VR?
Hello, Just Gravy, and Jonathan. It's Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan. You said Jonathan earlier, but I
did.
wanted to properly welcome.
I got super excited.
What an interesting group of friends, and he said that VR thinks you are crappy.
I don't think VR is crappy. I think it's yes I do.
Yeah, you just got
Let
through
me
saying
think
that
about
you did.
what I think.
I mean, I think in terms of what it can do, yeah. I mean, it's kind of crappy compared to like what we want it to do.
I guess.
But I think I think it's gonna get a lot better over the next probably 10 years.
Yeah, it's got to
I don't know.
suck before it rocks.
Some of the Oculus shit that I've seen looks pretty pristine. Playing
Yeah.
PUBG in VR?
I would. Okay,
God Christ.
I would.
That
you
would
just
stress me
Is
out.
Skyrim VR actually a thing that they're working on?
Yeah.
I just
That's a real
spooched my
thing.
pants.
Okay, we'll get off the couches
Wait,
then.
isn't
I guess.
PUBG a generally third-person view?
You
They
can do
just
first-
recently added in first-person
You could always
servers.
You could always do first-person view or third-person view, but now they have added first-person only servers where if you are on that server, everyone's in first-person. But I never. So when we played Battlefront, I never thought, I was like, why would anybody want to play in third person? This is not, and in a game like Battlefront, I guess it's just a preference whether you like seeing the character there.
I
or not.
always prefer third
But
person.
and I never understood that. But in PUBG, I definitely do, because if everyone's in first person, you have to expose yourself to see around corners and stuff. And in third person, you don't. You can be completely covered by a wall, but still use the camera around the corner.
Yeah.
So, I get that. Whitney, what you been playing?
I have been loving playing Ghost Recon. Like,
Yeah, I saw
seriously.
you and Jonathan were playing it
We
last
were.
night.
You just played on your own, not just for the stream?
I do. And
That's
actually,
cool.
I was sitting with Sam's mom the other day playing, and she was asking questions about it. And we were laughing every time I shot a dude in the dick.
bonding over dick shots.
I get really excited. Like, the sniping and taking my time. I'm getting a lot better at just planning out my attacks. Because when I play by myself, like, yeah, I have these bot dudes that help me out, but a lot of it is my planning. So I've been taking my time and really figuring out what my strengths are. And I think I get super excited about where I shoot them. It doesn't matter, like, headshot, got him in the
You're
kneecap.
just like, I fucking got him. At
yeah,
all.
but I just like to exclaim where on the body.
And Derp has a good point. Unlike 3D, VR is here to stay. It's not it doesn't feel like a just a gimmicky thing, because it is the next step of involvement with the game in general.
Yeah.
And you can sit there. You can sit in a place, and instead of using a stick to look, you use your head to look, and I can see that being pretty universal.
I didn't see Game Guy on. I am so sorry.
And
What?
I didn't see Game Guy on when
No. When we were playing, he's saying he missed the invite when
when
Jonathan
he
and
saw
I
that
played.
you guys were playing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
No,
so sorry.
I don't know
Oh, dude, Game Guy. No, they saw that you were on. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sam, Jonathan asked, have you considered that there is a porn category of VR?
Because
What?
there is a porn category in VR.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
Just like strap your fleshlight to a mattress and go.
I can't imagine it's that in depth.
Have you never heard of teledildonics?
Wait, what?
Teledildonics. There is a way for somebody to remotely control like a vibrating thing from a network connection. Like you
Wait,
basically
a network connection.
yeah, like somebody online can control the intensity of a vibrator.
Huh.
And it's called teledildonics. I have no idea how I know about this shit. All I know is
That's
that
a
I know.
ridiculous name.
And
It is it's just a bad name.
They should just call it remote wanking.
Yeah. Derp asked Cuphead anyone, and yes, Cuphead is on the very short horizon, very near horizon for us.
Cuphead?
Cuphead.
It's a platformer bullet hell.
Looks like
that
old
does like the
30s
old
cartoons.
Disney hand drawn, those scary old like propaganda Disney films, you know,
The music
like
and
the
everything
big-
is right too.
with like the ragtimey music and the big giant creepy
And all the
smiles,
enemies dance.
and they're all.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Anyway.
It's sort of like Steamboat Mickey looking stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous stuff. So, today we are talking about Destiny 2 so far.
Well, they're talking about Destiny 2.
And
I'm
Chuck's
be
gonna
asking
go have a
questions.
wank, and...
Oh no, I'm going to sit here
wank.
and listen.
A telewank.
I want to be a part of this conversation.
I thought he was going to say like I'm going to sit here and wank, and I was like, we're not quite that close.
I would not subject you to that.
Would you subject me to that?
For like $100.
For $100?
For $100. Yo, I got bills to pay,
you
kid.
$100?
Yes.
Okay.
Sam.
Later, man.
I was going to try and show you. There we go. There's a shot of Cuphead.
Oh, okay.
Cuphead
that
co-op.
you can see Cuphead co-op there.
So that's already on Xbox Live.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
who are you gonna play that with?
I'm definitely playing it with Sarah for sure, but I'm happy to replay it with anyone. You got I'm down. It's supposed to be hard as fuck. So.
Okay, Jonathan's asking for an orgy. Count
We're
me in.
all close friends.
So Destiny 2,
Talk about an orgy.
you've been Whitney. I'll start with you. You've been playing Wildlands with us, me and Jonathan and Game Guy, and you've been playing Destiny with me and Sam. Not in terms of the socialness of it,
Yeah.
but just the game itself. Which one are you having more fun with? Because at first, when you first started playing Wildlands, I asked you, and you had said Destiny.
Wildlands.
Yeah.
So now, yes. How do you feel now at this point?
Okay, so I've always wanted to play games just for the pleasure. I don't
like a challenge.
Well, it's not that I don't want to challenge, but I don't want to feel like there's a brick wall that I just can't cross over. At first, Wildlands felt like that to me, and I think it was because it was very realistic, and Destiny was more of the fantasy stuff that I was used to. Like, I had played Halo way back in the day, and it just wasn't super realistic, so I felt more comfortable with it. And like the actual gameplay isn't as strategic, so you could kind of go in and just have fun with it. And if you have to try it over and over,
Destiny.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Destiny. So I don't know. I mean, if given the choice, if I've had free time, I just go and play Ghost Recon. Partly because I need things to pick up. You know.
So you prefer Ghost Recon now?
I think it's kind of shifting.
Interesting.
But I really enjoyed.
And Derps had said Wildlands has a great premise, but the age-old problem of wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle. Which, yeah, there's a lot of the same thing to do, but luckily, you know, if I had to play that game by myself, I don't think that I would. But playing it with people is super fun.
I know. I got into playing Wildlands
In the beta?
in the demo that I was playing.
Yeah.
And like I was perfectly fine with single player.
So I'll tell you guys where we are in Destiny 2 right now. We have finished IO, and what that means is that there's like 4 planets I think that we've been to and done a quest line on each one. And I believe that we are about to launch the final assault where we are now. So I believe we're pretty close to it, which means that we've done 4 or 5 Destiny streams now of about 2 to 3 hours each.
And Sam still doesn't have a sword, right?
Oh shit! You don't even have a sword yet. Man.
Oh, I remember catching the salt on that. Poor bastard.
Hey,
yay,
Teresa!
thank you.
Thank you for the follow. You guys are awesome today. But I think we're near the end.
No, I don't have a goddamn sword.
It's been roughly 12 to 15 hours so far. The whole story campaign, is probably going to be 15 to 18 hours-ish is my guess. Which is, for a first-person shooter, by itself, about standard. But it felt like it went fast, didn't it? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, it did feel really short.
Why? Why do you think?
Probably because there wasn't a whole lot of meat to the story itself. It was like, you know, you meet a person, they tell you to go do something, you do it, you get back, you're done.
And
it feels like WoW.
Yeah, and you know, Destiny has the MMO mentality maybe it's the same devs as Halo. So if you remember playing Halo and you like that kind of shooting, you'll be right at home in Destiny. If you're a Call of Duty player, you may have to. There may be an adjustment.
Yeah, the story, the way they handle the story in Halo and in Destiny is very different.
Yes, that's true.
Halo, there was this huge, long campaign, single player campaign.
I'm glad you said campaign.
In every, why?
Never mind.
Huge, long.
I didn't even.
Huge, there was a huge, throbbing, veiny campaign in every Halo game. And I just loved sinking my teeth into that.
Couldn't get enough.
That quivering campaign. Destiny.
So you didn't play Destiny 1.
Sam gave it to me, and I need to play it. But I think I looked up videos before I downloaded Destiny 2.
And Chuck, you've not been in Destiny really much at all, but you're a big Warframer.
With the kind of bullshit that I heard from people about the first Destiny, it kind of turned me off on the series altogether. When Destiny 2 was announced, I was in the same boat as you. Was like, I need to see this shit before it actually comes out. And now that I have caught one live stream of the 3 of you fire teaming, and it feels too much like Borderlands to me.
It's and it's not. Borderlands is sort of vast and looty, and it has a bit of loot. There's lootiness to Destiny 2, but it's not.
Oh my god, that's all Sam cares about. Treasure chests.
It's a lot more narrow. The focus is a lot more narrow in Destiny. So if you took Halo and Borderlands and
Wait, who got rid of
Mashed
Peter
together.
Dinklage? Was he in the...
Torsten said, "I'm also glad he said campaign," and that was so. This is Peter Dinklage was the voice of the ghost, so your robot
Oh.
in the first game until the DLC came out, and they didn't have his voice for the DLC, so they had Nolan North, who's a very good voice actor, but Dinklebot had a very deep, sort of sarcastic kind of tone to him.
It was like a sarcastic Tommy Lee Jones kind of feel.
Almost,
to it.
yeah. And Nolan North is a brilliant voice actor, but he turned him more into a 3PO kind of a higher, a little kind of voice to it.
Yeah.
And I just don't like it. I much prefer Dinklebot. So
Yeah,
there's that.
Dinklebot was the shit.
So in terms of the story for Destiny 2, it's there this time. Like it's actually there's like a
Yes,
there's
that
a
is
there's
true.
a 3-act structure, beginning, middle, and end, and you know what the objective is. Like we know Gull is the bad guy. We know that our goal in Destiny 2 is to find the fire team, like find the heads of the hunters, titans, and warlocks, wizards,
Yeah, Warlock.
warlocks, yeah, and sort of gather everyone and retaliate is essentially the story. It is not a deep story.
Well, yeah, I mean, you say that's essentially the story, and it's pretty much
That's exactly
the
the
story.
full story.
But in the first Destiny, it was like you were playing scenes chopped up from different, like from the same game, but out of order. And so it was like you're getting a scene here, you're going to learn a little about the Vex. You're going to get a scene here, and you're going to learn a little bit about the fucking what's another one? The Fallen. And it was all sort of hacked up, and then you finish the game, and you're like, oh, okay. First of all, where the fuck's the stranger in the second one? I just realized. Wasn't the stranger at the end of the first game is like, you've destroyed the Black Heart, take my gun, see you around, disappears.
Yeah.
Sort of hinting at when any of the DLC are in the second one, right?
So the stranger in the first one, actually, you never find out like who she works for, where she's from, but she's an exo, and she works with somebody because in one scene she's like, like talking with someone on
Right.
her earpiece.
In the first game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's someone out there that she works for or with, but I guess they just decided to, throw that out the window.
So, overall, how have you enjoyed the story aspect so far?
I've liked it, but I've learned more about the story watching the videos back than actually playing it because I'm so focused. Just with any game that I play with y'all, I'm so focused on just doing a good job, which that will fade as my
As your
become
confidence
more
grows.
comfortable.
yeah, and my talent, like as I just refine things. But for now, I'm so focused on just doing a good job with y'all that sometimes I forget to even pay attention to the story.
To what's going
I
on.
don't know. I mean, like I have a pretty easy time keeping up, but half the time I don't know what the fuck we're doing or why.
I don't really. I had that problem all the time in the first one. I don't really have that in the second one.
Yeah, well, I
Very
guess
much.
it's because what we're doing is never really that deep.
It's not. Yeah, you're not putting together the pieces of the puzzle or why Gull is doing what. Really,
Yeah.
it's just.
But
sort
I'm
of-
always following
but
y'all around.
The fact that the story is there is a bump up from the first one, but I don't
yeah.
want to give it too much credit because it's like it's not. It's very pretty. The vistas are gorgeous.
Yeah, we do love
and
those.
again, I'm enjoying the story and the campaign with you guys.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like, well, the fact that we got one isn't necessarily a plus. It's like, you I remember you telling me about, was it Bubsy 3D, where one of the bullet points on the back of the box was 1-ups.
Yeah.
It's like, oh great, you have 1-ups in your game.
Like
Like as a
extra
bullet
lives?
point. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. So like a bullet point on the back of Destiny 2 being a story
Yeah.
is like, okay, step up, but I don't want to give you too much credit here.
Guns, characters,
Right, yeah, exactly.
controls.
So, Chuck, is there anything about Destiny 2, from the little bit that you've seen, what's the end game like in Warframe? Have you gotten far enough in Warframe? Because there's some overlap between Warframe and Destiny.
The end game in Warframe is that you've given them all your money.
I've never actually seen an end game because, Second Dream released, and that added to the story that pretty much didn't exist until then. And then that impressed so many people. It was like, holy shit, this is actually a pretty in-depth story. And so they did The Warrior Within, and then they did the Chains of Harrow, and now they have the Plains of Eidolon coming out soon.
These are expansions, right? Or additions or something?
They're updates,
Okay,
pretty much.
yeah.
If you play the game, one day you're going to get this massive update, and all of a sudden, holy shit, I've got so much more shit to do.
Thanks for coming by, Lauren. Get your homework done.
Bye,
Like,
Lauren.
Let's go.
pretty
her.
much everything that they have added
her.
onto Warframe has been in addition to the story, as well as more weapons, tweaking the old ones, and adding another Warframe for you to unlock, which is kind of an incentive for you to continue through the story.
So, we haven't done the Nightfalls yet, or the strikes. We haven't done any strikes. We still have the side adventures to do, like on every planet. We still have plenty of shit to do.
Oh, yeah.
And even in the first Destiny, you know,
We still have stuff to do in first.
we still have stuff to do in the first Destiny. But even then, like, we played, even though I hated Destiny, the first one, so much. Well, I don't want to say hated. Even though it upset me so, I still loved it. So let's talk about like gameplay mechanics, like the gunfighting and stuff like that.
Derpy actually brought up a good point a while ago, where he was talking about he was really interested in Wildlands until he realized that it was just nothing but a bunch of fetch quests. And then he asked the question, how do you get away from that kind of a mechanic in an open world game?
From the grinding mechanic?
Well,
Or
not the
from
grinding mechanic, from the fetch quest mechanic.
The fetch quest mechanic.
Like, how do you get your open world game beyond that point where you can do more with your game than just talk to person, he'll send you here, get the thing, bring it back. Well, the writers need to give a fuck,
but
not
also-
just the players.
No, that's what I'm saying. The writers and creators of the game need to give a fuck.
They do.
But also because of the open world, though, when you send a player to do something, you kind of need, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe this is an old way of thinking, but if you send a player to do something, you want them to come back to the spot so they continue, so, you know, you go from here and do stuff and back, and here and do stuff and back. And I think that lends itself to fetch quests so that you have context for where you are in the world instead of you're going here and then off that way and then where the fuck am I? You know what I mean?
But why? Why do they need to return to the spot they started in? That's like the opposite of progress.
I think it's just to anchor you in the world so that you know where things are in relation to each other.
But if you're going to have a home base like you do in Wildlands, or if you're going to have a series of home bases like you do in Wildlands that you can fast travel back and forth between, there's no point in having additional NPCs to further anchor you because you already have those anchor points. And there's one thing that World of Warcraft did well was that it kept sending you from mission to mission to mission, and if you weren't paying attention, you would realize all of a sudden you had no idea where you were. Like, you would lose that anchor point, and then you had to kind of find your way back to that, which I personally don't like. But a lot of people really like that concept of going somewhere because a series of missions led them there, and then they stop because there's nothing else to do in the area, and they go, oh shit, where am I now?
See, I love that because it actually, instead of just, you know, having this one constant anchor point going out, coming back, going out, coming back, going out, coming back, it feels like you are just stuck in this one area and that the focus is this anchor point. And if that's the actual focus of the game, is that one place where you are sallying forth from, then great. But in most of these games, it's not.
Yeah.
And see, that thing about World of Warcraft, I love because it makes you feel like you're actually going on an adventure across the land.
So I've first of all, Derp says that he spent $600 so far on World of
Warships.
World of Warships.
What he was telling me about earlier
holy
this
shit.
afternoon.
Like, holy crap! I'm glad that whatever you spend money on, if you're having fun for it, that's fine.
Sure.
I'm not going to judge you for spending money on it.
I've sunk a...
I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
We will judge the shit out of you, Derp.
Yeah, and then on a second, you know, Metal Gear Solid had an end-game purpose for fetch quests, and I don't mind doing whatever, grinding, shooting guys, fetching stuff, whatever, if I'm rewarded for it, you know, and going around and collecting stuff, giving me rewards.
Yeah, having fetch quests as a side thing to like increase your abilities or your, you know, resources, sure, but having fetch quests be the main thing, that's garbage.
Right. Yeah, that's lazy. So how do you guys feel about the Are you at the Game Guys? Is that what you were giggling at? Game Guy said,
I don't
"What the
think
fuck?
she saw it until just
I
now.
just listened to Whitney's cat
No.
fart videos. www.catfart or fartingoncast.com.
Enjoy.
So yeah, the gunplay pretty much. I mean, if you're familiar with Halo or the first Destiny, it's pretty much unchanged. But
I love the gunplay in Destiny. The gameplay in general is great. I feel like
it's very polished and weighty and solid.
yeah. It's like all the weapons feel good. They're they're different enough from each other, and I mean not like one pistol and another pistol, but like the sidearm, the hand cannon, the different classes of weapon.
Oh, and well, you would know, but the sword is pretty bad.
Wow. So much salt for that sword. Sam has a great big hard on for great big swords, just so you guys understand.
Right.
Well, and
for the record.
I was the first one to get one, and so he was not happy. And then Steven got one.
I did.
You got the sword that he had been looking for.
And yeah, he'd been wanting. She got the sword, and he wanted her sword. And later, I found it and was like, I like swords, but that he cares so much for them, like I'm just not going to even use it.
Like
I wish I
fighter
could throw it away.
I like to get right in front of him.
You just walk right into his character and just go snap, toss.
I get right in front of him, and I will whip it out and just right in front.
It's okay.
Really now?
You can have that back.
Bat stash.
I'd say you'll pay for this later, but you've
In
been
terms of-
paying
It won't
for it
stay
for the
in my
last
nose.
4 years.
In terms of Wildlands, Jonathan says he thinks it'll be like the Assassin's Creed game, where they build upon the premise and make it better. I would say that Assassin's Creed got worse after the first one.
Hey, I saw this video where in Assassin's Creed you can pet cats, so I think I might have to play that now.
Oh yeah, in Osiris, you can pet cats and they'll follow you around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because cats are gods in ancient Egypt.
that's right.
So
I feel like if cats were gods, they probably didn't pet them a whole lot.
Oh, they did.
Did they?
like
because-
love on them.
Yeah, because they're cats. They're like, they demand attention, and so by worshiping your god, you were petting a cat.
And yeah, we have so many swords, Whitney, and I could just throw them away. And Derp says Chuck, and in terms of like the in-game and cross PvP stuff like that, this is sort of the way Metal Gear Solid. This was the way Metal Gear Solid 5 was. Imagine in Fallout 4, you build your settlement, but other players can invade your settlement, and so you'd want to build defenses and build up.
That
like
gave you a reason to build defenses.
Right. Yes, there'd be a reason. If,
Like, can
if
you-
that were the case.
Can you imagine if you
Fallout
got
4 does not allow. Will sometimes have NPCs attack your settlement.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had an NPC. I've had NPCs attack my settlements once, and I've played that game for like 60 hours.
Whoa.
Well, maybe you're just amazing.
No,
Maybe
don't
they can
tell him
smell you
that.
from there.
Yeah.
or maybe you're
We're not
playing on
going
a
there.
private server. and
If
you
cats
don't
were
know it.
gods, then gods are assholes.
Hey, I like cats, Derp.
They're also assholes, though. Chuck.
Wait, do you
Mine's
think that,
not.
Do y'all
You do
think
have the
that's
cutest
why
cat ever.
house cats are such assholes? Because they're probably all descended from the ancient cats of Egypt,
Uh-huh.
and those cats were treated like gods, and that's why our cats think that we are beneath them.
Interesting. And Jonathan says that the first Assassin's Creed game ended up feeling too much like a chore. The sequels had a better job of varying the missions. Again, I feel the opposite in that in each Assassin's Creed mission you do, you build up to learn about who you're assassinating, then assassinate them, and the only thing out there to collect was flags. In 2, it was like more open world, but I felt like it's sort of like that Shadow thing where there's 7 or 8 different things to collect,
Wait, what
and no
I-
reason to other than the achievements.
What I liked was in 2 you had stuff like the Vitruvian Man missions. That was a thing that you had to collect, but then as soon as you collected one of those things, you had something else to do with it. And when you did that thing, you unlocked just a little bit more of the side story.
So
that
you're
gave
saying
you-
that, like, what I think what Jonathan's point is that the missions themselves were more varied, and is that what you're getting at? Then the
I
first
think
one,
he's still. I don't know. Are you talking about the main missions, or are you talking about stuff like the Vitruvian Man stuff? I love the Vitruvian, like
Yeah.
all the little flags and stuff that you had to find all the boxes. Finding all the boxes is okay when I needed to buy shit.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I didn't really care. Finding the flags, I definitely didn't care because there was hardly anything behind it. But doing the Vitruvian Man missions not only unlocked things for your character to use, it also showed like things that happened to other people that had used the Animus before Desmond
Yeah,
did.
2 did a really good job of world building
Yes.
around itself.
Yes, they
it,
did.
It certainly did. I
Like, if
absolutely
you
look
can
at that.
make your side quests, if you can make any quests add to the world, add to the characters, add to the heroes, add to the villains, add to
let's
the world.
Bring that into Destiny then.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that in Destiny that you have a more fleshed out world, either more fleshed out than in the first one, or at all? Do you feel like you understand like the enemies and the people and their struggle and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I feel like there's defined classifications of who we are, who the enemy is, and what their mission is versus what our mission is. I mean, I feel like it's pretty clear cut.
Okay. How do you like? Is it good world building? Is it bad world building? To me, the thing that, like I said, that Bungie always does great are the scenes, the vistas. They're so beautiful that when you come out onto
Onto a platform.
a platform,
No, that one.
and you look, oh yeah,
There you go. There's my face.
there. Oh, Game Guy needs to Photoshop Sam's face. That's what's going on.
hooks onto a cat's ass.
There's no like invisible walls. There's no. It doesn't feel to me very gamey because wherever we are, you can see all sorts. You can see the oceans and the mountains.
When it's
and
realistic, like
everything.
you can fall off things because
Right.
my biggest struggle
Oh yeah, what is your biggest struggle in the game? That's a good question.
is I can't jump for shit.
The platforming.
Yes, like the double jumping. Like I get the concept, but I feel like every time I go to I think it stresses me out too because it's very open and the little bitty platforms you have to get onto,
Oh,
and there's no room for error. So
you would hate Warframe.
oh, probably anything where I have to spend money, I don't like it.
Well, it's free to play. It is free to play for the vast majority of it.
But it's always like Sam's always like, see ya, and goes. And then Steven, like, he's like, okay, well, Whitney, you can do this. Okay, and then he'll go like halfway and turn around and watch. And he's like, okay, now, just try to get here.
Or like, do a jump, wait to do your double jump until this point, or whatever.
Yeah, he's
and so
always-
then we'll catch up to Sam, and he's doing the
Oh, yeah.
emote.
Wow.
He slow claps.
Yeah, that's actually in one of the more recent Destiny videos on YouTube. If you go back and watch it, we catch up to Sam. And he's like, "Thanks for joining."
What a dick.
So yeah, I feel like the world does feel very fleshed out in terms of it feels like I'm in a world.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, the it just feels very natural, and I mean, even we're on made up planets with like weird shit sticking.
No,
out
they're
of the
real
ground.
planets.
Shut up.
Io, Titan, the moons of Jupiter.
Yeah,
But well, those aren't planets.
they're satellites for a planet.
But okay.
All right, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But
Thank you.
the point is, we have no clue what they look like on the surface.
Right, yeah.
So like all this shit is made up, like the weird, geometric shaped things coming out
Like
of
the
the ground.
mechanical rock, the mech rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The robot rocks.
I don't like the little
Rock.
warthog thing. So
Robot
I don't
rock.
in this game.
Oh, like the animals.
Yeah,
that
like
kinda-
No.
I
Are you
get
talking about the things you ride?
no. Well, I mean, I don't like riding those things either. I would rather drive all day in Wildlands than have to drive anything in Destiny. I don't have a good handle on that. But I get more stressed out fighting the creatures in Destiny than the people.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
interesting.
because they tend to move faster and close on you.
Probably.
They're like come at you.
Yeah.
The thing that I like that they've switched from the first one is now you can look on your map and see when and where world events are happening,
Yeah.
and join in at your leisure,
Yep.
Have
as
we-
opposed to just running around hoping for one to start.
Have we figured out what rallying to the flag does?
Doesn't it just start an event?
I think it commits you to the. No, I don't know. If anybody's played Destiny 2, and where a world event will take place is a flag, and you can choose to rally to the flag, but also it doesn't seem like if you just join in the fight,
Yeah,
you're part of the fight. So
there's a countdown. The flag appears, and there's a countdown to the start of the world event. You can just wait, and it'll start, or you can go up to the flag and press X and rally to the flag.
if you know what rallying to the flag does or is, please put in and let us know. The world events, though, the way that they're done in this game are easier to do. They're more fun to get involved with. And also, they're, so far, pretty much, they've been bosses from old strikes. So, like, old story bosses are now random world events, like the walkers.
Oh yeah, true.
I guess maybe that is the only one that I've come across. But
no,
walkers.
Sepix.
oh yeah. This basically Sepix Prime is essentially a world event also, and
Actually,
that was real. Like
Yeah, that's a tough one, and they differ sometimes.
the world events. Oh, they go, so if you're in a world event, you can do a thing to activate the harder version of it, which it becomes a heroic event. So if there's one where you're fighting a walker, and there's a ship that'll sort of come by and monitor the situation or something, and then
Sometimes
go
shoot
away.
shit at you.
And if you shoot that ship down, a second walker comes out of it or something, and now you have to take on two. And the rewards are supposed to be better when you do that as well. So, but I'm going to jump to chat for a second. Side topic: the most anticipated game that you're looking forward to, but ultimately made you sad. The Division, and kind of the first Destiny, but The Division. I was really looking forward to it.
Y'all were so excited about
I
that.
was so fucking
man.
mad.
Valkyria Revolution.
Oh yeah, by the way, and Jonathan, because you're in the chat, give a short 10-second.
I can't bring that down to 10 seconds. My pain is too great.
Okay, it's bad.
It's bad. I'll try. So, Valkyria Chronicles, fucking outstanding game. If you have not played it, play it. You're garbage until you do.
Excuse me.
You heard me. So Valkyria Chronicles, great. It's a turn-based shooter that's sort of action-y. Each character has a turn, and they can move a certain distance and make a single attack.
It's like
at
Advance
one
Wars,
point.
but also super with a third-person shooter element to it.
Operation
Yeah.
Darkness.
Way better than Operation Darkness.
Oh.
No, Operation Darkness is fine, but dude, play it. You'll understand. You'll only then.
Does it have Nazi vampires versus allied werewolves?
It effectively has Nazis. It's basically
It's
like
fantasy Nazis.
Fantasy World War II.
Yeah.
Great story, great characters, just a great game.
Well, JB agreed with Sam.
I was about to say.
The moons have aligned.
Yeah.
The satellite
agreeing with
moon.
Cal-
Anyway, but
The Dark Lord rises!
Valkyria Chronicles was excellent, and this one you were real excited about.
Yeah, Valkyria Revolution. I heard about it and I was like, oh yeah, I don't pre-order games.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered this game, and then remembered why I don't pre-order games. This game, they just took it and they just totally changed it. It's no longer turn-based. Now it's you have
Active time.
an active time meter, and you can run around all you want, but you can only attack when your active time meter is full. So you end up fighting bosses, and you run up and you hit them a couple times, and then you spend 10 seconds running away from them. And then
come
you run
and
back
do
up
it.
to them and hit them a couple times.
Do they regenerate while you do that?
No, but it's just not only is it not.
It takes all the tactic out of the way.
There's significantly less tactical action, and it just takes so much of the charm of the first game away, and also just looks weird. Who in the middle of combat runs up, attacks a guy, and then runs away for 10 seconds and then comes back?
Well, anyway. What's real quick for you guys? Is
Far
there
Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 game you were really looking forward to came out and it was sad?
Far Cry 3 was fucking phenomenal.
Give me 10 seconds on why.
And I was expecting Far
makes
Cry
it-
4 to kind of carry that along. And I pre-ordered Far Cry 4 as well. And then I finished it within a matter of 2 weeks maybe. And I was completely let down by the ending. The ending where you sit there at the beginning of the game and do absolutely nothing and you beat the game in half an hour, that is a better ending than the one where you go through and you help the Civil War, one side or the other, and then do that.
Yeah.
That was really confusing to me. What game where you just sit there and do nothing and beat the game?
In Far
Far
Cry
Cry
4, you can. There is an ending when the game starts. You do nothing. And
That's cool.
There's an ending. It's actually I think the good ending.
I would call it the good ending
Yeah.
because you get wrapped up in a Civil War if you leave like you think you're
If you
supposed
play the game, essentially. And Derp says the biggest game got hyped for was Fallout 3. Bought the game 24 hours in, seeking Nuka-Cola. Hey, you got a Nuka-Cola this weekend yourself
to. I did.
at Retropalooza. By the way, Retropalooza friends, if you're joining us and you met us this weekend at Retropalooza, Hello,
Hi, everybody.
And welcome. It was so great to meet you, and you guys that came by the table were fucking amazing.
Have
Super
we
sweet.
have we met your expected quota of dick jokes yet? If not, let us know.
Yeah, we've had a couple, and there was a pre-cum joke pre-stream.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Thanks, Winnie.
You're welcome.
You used to game before and are recently getting back into it. Has there been any game that you've gotten him and like,
Not
I
yet.
don't think you've been in the game long enough for you to get hyped about a game and then get disappointed by it.
Not recently, because like when I was in high school.
Your standards are still low.
I mean, I'm dating you. What the hell do you expect?
Her standards are still new. She
Fair
is a
point.
green banana.
I'll bring us back to Destiny 2 here in a second.
But I mean, in high school, I played Counter-Strike and World of Warcraft, and those like weren't story related. I felt like you just kind of like went in and had fun, and that's probably why I enjoy the PvP, the competitive play in
Destiny 2?
Yeah.
So you did have
Wait.
so yeah, let me ask you guys about the PvP then. So we're on Destiny 2, and then I'm gonna let Chuck have a couple crack at a couple
I'm sorry,
questions if you want to jump in on anything here.
Did I use
Yeah.
the word wrong?
No. Woman. No, the first time we played PvP in Destiny 2, you got so mad and hated it. So when did you start liking it?
I've played it like 3 or 4 times since,
Okay.
and with practice, I've gotten better.
You become accustomed to it.
And so, I'm gonna become accustomed to your face. No,
Damn it!
I think it's just my abilities have gotten better, and sometimes it's just the luck of the draw if you get a really crappy team. I enjoy that part, but I'm getting better.
I enjoyed the PvP of Destiny 2 more than the first one because it wasn't like there are more different types of modes and things you can do, and also it didn't hurt that maybe the second game that we played, we just like the first game we played, we got spanked. They called the match halfway through.
Yeah, they did.
If the enemy gets if the team gets too far ahead, they'll call the match. They won't make you play it out.
Which I hate. I don't like that.
I like it and I don't because I'm not wasting my time, but also I felt like we sort of got the hang of it right when they called it.
Yeah.
Because the next match we played, we spanked them.
Yeah, like I feel like if you do that, then there's no chance for a dramatic comeback.
Right. Shark says, "Damn, Whitney's on fire tonight."
So, all right, let me ask you
Throw
this.
us a couple
Whitney.
questions, Chuck.
Wait, this just for you personally, for starters.
okay.
With your experience with Wildlands and with Destiny and with us and Paladins, it really feels as though your PvP experience hinges greatly on what kind of a team you have. Like, you even called us out, your own friends, for being shitty teammates from time to time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, okay, so
She says sometimes.
because you have to find what you do well, and I appreciate when people do that, and I also appreciate when you branch out and you try to learn new things so that in the event, we don't have a healer, you can step into that role or whatever. But if you aren't committed to being a good team player, you're gonna fuck everything up.
That's true.
And especially as a new person, when I'm relying on people to do certain jobs and to be also relying on being told like what I need to do in order to support the rest of the team,
Okay,
teamwork is a big thing.
How about the transition from a game like Paladins, where the character that you pick dictates your role in the team, versus a game like Destiny, where your equipment is usually based on what you think you're good at or what you have the best of, and then
There are 3 classes in Destiny, but it's not like Paladins where they're really drastically different roles. You're all shooters. You have different abilities, but it's like, do you want to use your super that's a lightning staff or your super that is a purple shield that does essentially the same thing?
No, I mean, the lightning staff is 100% offense. The shield, you can, hold it up and use it as a shield. You can protect your teammates. You can protect yourself.
You can
or you can
hold
use
up
it
that
to
purple
attack.
shield as a defense.
I can
Yeah.
kind of push them.
So
it's
you
a
can-
shield. Why would a shield
I've
not
never
be for
seen.
defense?
I've only seen it being thrown in Captain America.
That's because for the most part, it would only be used like that in boss fights and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when you pull it out, you actually, when you use it, I think you may unlock this later, but you have the option to press another button as well, and it instead creates the bubble shield from the first
Okay.
game. Or you can just use it normally and it gives you the handheld shield, which you can also then hold up by holding the left trigger as a smaller personal
Then
shield.
I wonder if my super has like another thing it can do, because I've only ever seen it be entirely
The staff that you run
offensive.
around and just go batshit with it.
Well, and it's powerful. You know, don't get me wrong.
You're
But
super fast with it too.
The warlock can create a flaming sword, so you do have a sword, and
Yeah, I know.
shoot fire from it, and then jump in the air and float and rain down fire.
But
So you're
it's
Ike.
for the most part, it's the same thing.
I was watching one of our pals, Derpface, who does Destiny 2. I was
Another
watching,
derp.
Yeah, another derp. Did a Destiny 2 video where he's playing PvP and he was a hunter. And what he would do is he would roll off the side of the map, like he'd get in a fight with someone, roll off the side and it would bring them in, and then he would double jump up above them and like top down. And it worked. Like I watched him do it like 5 or 6 times.
Wow.
And so I was like, oh, okay. I think a lot more agile, and granted, we've just been playing the campaign, so it's not like I've really had to test the limits of what my character can do. But it says, what if the final mission is what we believe to be the final mission, and a little bit will depend on that. Do you feel like the campaign has been samey and lackluster? Has it been a lot of fun? Some variation of it? So so far in the campaign, what's your estimation of it?
I've enjoyed it. I like it.
You like it?
I don't have the same gamer intuition, so I rely on y'all to kind of guide me. Again, because I'm focusing on other things, I'm focusing on the
Shooting the people.
The combat?
yeah. There's the technical aspect. I'm focusing on that.
You're
more.
trying not to die.
That's true.
You don't have have it down to muscle memory.
Also,
Yeah.
Can I mention that she's using her phone Batarang as a controller facsimile?
I mean, it's very much controller.
It looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember those old PS3 controller?
Yep.
thing? Yeah.
The banana.
By the way, I bought these at Walmart for $5 tonight, and it is one of the happiest things I've ever done.
You've been throwing them at people's dicks
I'm
all night.
practicing
I know.
for motherhood. You're not getting those. Yeah, but can I get them?
Hey, that Batarang came back
That
to
is
you.
bullshit.
How have you felt? If it comes to an end, how do you feel?
I feel like the story was there, but kind of lackluster, and I mean,
I agree.
it just felt very much. And I guess they kind of have to do this because every person is going to have their own custom character that they create, and that character doesn't really speak ever. You know, they've got the whole Link syndrome or something. So it just didn't seem very personal.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, you there, come help me with this.
But see, I don't
know?
want to. When y'all play Fallout, I don't like having to select what I want to say. Like I guess I don't want to be that invested in a game. So like where we are is great for me. That also,
But
Mass
if your
Effects.
if your character had a voice, I think is what Sam was saying. If the character was just voice acted, because the Guardians don't talk, the Ghost does the talking for you. Yeah,
I think it's just my novice level. I probably just don't appreciate it yet.
No, it's just if you'd prefer to hear your character speaking or not.
And I think as of right now, at least, you're an action girl. You like to jump and punch and shoot things.
Well, no, I don't like to jump. I don't like doing that.
Right, but you like to shoot and blow things up and kill stuff and
In the dick!
But in the dick, and not much story for you. Is
When
fine.
we get to the strikes and we start doing the raids and stuff, like those are very tactical people needing to do things at specific times and more.
and I think that's really the
involved
meat
game.
of the game.
And that's the story is there, and the point of Destiny, is that it is story driven shooter, but it's MMO flavorings to it. So it's getting out in the world, finding chests, building gear. Here's the thing that I love about the gear, by the way. When you start, your low level gear looks like, rags and resistance-y stuff, and then as you level up and progress through the story, you get more cool armors and glowy shit. So there's an actual progression, as opposed to the first one where it's just like, oh, this one has a dent in it when I switch. It all looks more or less the same.
I don't know. I mean, I was level 5, and the first reward we got, I got this gold embroidered robe with flaming wings on the back
I remember
that
the
let me
flame
fly.
flames. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And actually, this is something that we can talk about on another podcast because it's a good point. and this is what my complaint with Link was, that he's never voiced, and so I never feel any attachment to him. Derp says imprinted voices or having a voice actor can remove a person from their personal attachment. The idea behind some of these characters is that you pour yourself into them, and if they have a voice, then it disconnects you from that experience. I just happen to be the opposite. I will care more about a character and feel more immersed if they have a voice, because if they're not talking, I'm just frustrated they're not saying anything.
Yeah, and that's why I think I love Fallout 4 so much, because they finally gave the character a voice, and they give you the ability to tailor that voice.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, just it does depend on what you want from it. If you want to, you know, in New Vegas, you can read your responses however you want to. Snarky,
but
boisterous.
It doesn't change how the characters respond
Correct.
to the question. And
that's something I'd like to see.
I would love to see
you read the dialogue aloud the way you want to, and it might alter an interaction or something like that. Or, you know, like you said with Shadowrun, if you give your character a distinct personality from the get-go, it just slightly shades the way that they deliver information.
Yep.
So if you're like, you know, a paladin and the line is supposed to be "let's go in," you'd be like, "All right, let's go in. Strap in. Let's go in." But if you're a rogue and you choose that personality type, you're like, "All right, fuckers, let's see.
Let's go in."
Yeah, or you know what I mean? You need flavors of this.
Yeah.
So we will revisit, probably not on a full podcast, but we'll revisit and sort of conclude Destiny 2 as we get more into the in-game stuff. I am enjoying it. I'm being a little, like, I'm being hard on it, and I should be. But it is super pretty, and that doesn't make a game.
It's like a child. You have to be hard on them.
But I do love it, and I love going out and looking around and seeing what's in places. And
I mean, while
there's
Sam,
an element of exploration in it that's really awesome too.
Sam will be like off on his own, and we're just like Steven and I are like, "This is so beautiful. Thank you."
This is so beautiful.
Over here.
From across the room, I found a chest.
Would you recommend, if people didn't like Destiny 1, would you recommend Destiny 2 to them at this point?
No.
No.
If you didn't like Destiny 1,
It's not different enough.
If Destiny 1 made you angry but you loved it, then you will enjoy Destiny 2.
Yes.
If you just didn't like Destiny 1, then don't play Destiny 2. That would be stupid.
Yeah, I was about to say, quite frankly, guys, you did not do a very good job of selling this game to me. Hey,
I'm going to see if I can get this in on the other TV. I don't think that I can. I can't pull it up yet, but Game Guy has, if you're in chat, check out Game Guy's link. Or, and it's a Photoshop.
And honestly, like, that can't possibly be more accurate.
Honestly, there is a picture of me trying to pull that sword in real life when I was there.
Where is that?
Where is that?
It's Disney World.
Oh.
Oh, that's the Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
okay.
the Disney World Sword in the Stone. Fantastic. Guys,
You just started watching?
Well, because I wanted to see the link.
Wow. Welcome to showing up right here 2 minutes before we go off the air.
Hey, she's not supposed to be on her phone during the
and that's
show,
why
so
I
she did a great
haven't.
job. Yeah.
But I knew what he was doing.
Oh, no, yeah. I wasn't chastising you for getting on your phone. I was saying you were doing great for, not making. Anyway, one of the last things we do on the podcast, we give a toast. So, if you guys want to toast with the Gutter Nerds official glasses, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Gutter Nerds. Click shop now. They're $15, and we'll mail them to you. And so, what would you guys like to toast this evening?
I don't have anything to drink.
You said you were going to put something in it.
You idiot.
Oh, no.
Oh my God!
No, don't. Oh.
Really? You guys got
live stream.
You guys got grossed up by the very thought of him
of
spitting?
Sam spitting in his drink, his empty glass,
And then drinking
then drinking it.
Talk about porn.
Look, here, I'll just turn away so you won't see it, okay?
Oh,
You'll see it on the camera, though.
Night.
No, it's on camera. Hold on.
No,
I'm not going to do that.
I am going to toast. I'm going to toast to Bungie from learning some of the mistakes from the first game.
Follow and subscribe on Bye, JB.
I do want to toast Bungie for fixing pretty much every problem I had with the first game in the second one. I am having a blast. Yes, the story's shallow, but it is there, and that's, I'm not commending them for just it being there, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what we're doing. I'm having a lot of fun, and they have made it a more cohesive game than the fragmented mess that the first one was. So my toast is to Bungie Chuck?
I am drinking to you, Daily Derp Gaming, because
A personal toast. Well
you
done.
are one of the people that is inching me closer to
Affiliation.
Twitch affiliation.
Oh, I was gonna say completion.
And I have been
In that case, Chuck, you should probably say his name
The
correctly.
dick joke.
Daily Derp Gaming.
Dirt Daily Gaming.
Derp Daily Gaming. I've been calling him Derpy for so long. I've been trying to truncate his name,
Yeah.
and I just completely forgot. I am so sorry, sir. Anyway, you've been one of the all of a sudden many people who have been helping me inch towards Twitch affiliation, and I have been shooting for that for the past year and a half. So, thank you guys. I appreciate. I appreciate very much.
Inching closer and shooting. All I'm thinking about are dick jokes.
Shark has a real quick, and I can actually show you guys this one because it pulled up on the right monitor. This is Shark has a quick sketch of Sam and Whitney. You don't have to add Sam to shit because he won't join officially, but if we have room around that group huddle, sketchy, snarky motherfucker.
That's fantastic.
Emphasis
And
on
Whitney looks
sketchy.
so beautiful.
But so you're to Derp.
To you, Derp.
What about you, Whitney? What would you like to toast?
Okay, so I feel like Jonathan, but I'm toasting to Sam tonight.
Aw.
Because our 4-year anniversary is coming up, and especially with your intro.
Yeah. Hey, Shepherd Tone! Welcome!
Thank you, Shepherd Town.
If-
Welcome to the gutter.
Y'all have to go back and watch the beginning to see Steven's intro joke, but just toasting to the last 4 years, and specifically with gaming. I've been a PC gamer and stuff, but Sam has been very patient with me over the last several years to help me get to where I am today. So.
And who would you
No.
like? What would you like to toast, Sam?
Well, fuck, I can't not toast to Whitney
No,
now.
Sure you can.
You can.
But
She's
I know,
giving you an
sounds
out.
cheap if you
She's
do it
giving you
now.
an out.
It
If
would
you don't
be
want to
in
toast to
keeping
Whitney,
with my style.
She says it's cool.
I would not expect anything less
No.
than for you to be like, I toast trees.
I toast to bullshit because,
That's
Better
all
than
you
you.
ever
Clear
have.
art.
That's all you ever do.
No, in fact, I do toast to you. You have, I know you don't like doing things you're not good at. And you can't get good without practice and trying. And you have pushed past that gracefully the last few weeks or month, I guess, since you got your Xbox. And you've gotten really good at Paladins and really good at what's that other game that you play with the guys? Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
And
Whitney.
really good at Destiny.
Someone-
And so I toast to you.
Whitney,
Thanks, baby.
Good job.
you're better at paladins than I am.
That is a fact. You are better at Paladins than Chuck. You are better at Paladins than Jonathan. Love you, Jonathan.
He just made another dick joke.
I know.
We're
Stroking each
stroking each other.
I post my.
but on that-
Whitney for
Sam.
4 years.
On that topic though, Whitney, like people, I don't do them much anymore, but Sam and I used to do. Sam does still, but we do like voices and accents all the time. And years ago, when we used to be decent at them, people would ask like, how do you do them so well? And I always said you have to allow yourself to sound like an asshole until you figure it out, and you have to be okay with being bad at it to start.
Sucking is the first step to not sucking.
Anyway,
Oh, wait, no.
I thank
That's
you
not
for.
good.
Damn, girl, you have just been a bloodthirsty savage all fucking night. It's been amazing.
All y'all do is talk about dicks.
To Bungie,
In your mind,
To
maybe.
Yeah, when
To
you're
derp.
here,
Derp.
and to you
Just-
guys, this dumb stupid thing.
Yay.
Oh, I guess I'll.
Clink
I'm
it.
not clinking you,
Yeah.
Steven.
Clank.
I'm just kidding. Here you go.
Are you okay? Oh my God, Sam.
That was good. You're fun. That was hilarious.
My friends, Derpy.
Oh my god. So the last thing that we do, am I that shallow, Steve, that my manhood is challenged by a girl being better than me? That was good. No. So this is the Gutter Nerds fan can. This is basically an Ask Us Anything. If you would like to contribute to the fan can, we draw one at the end of every episode. You can tweet us at Gutter Nerds using the hashtag FanCan, or find us at an event. A lot of these are from Retropalooza. So I'm going to draw one at random.
I scoured the market floor far and wide.
Good job, Chuck. Yeah, Chuck hit the bricks. Calvin was like, Calvin actually was pretty good at the table. I'm not very good at yelling at people. He did it almost embarrassingly. Like we'll
That's
when people walk
typical
by,
Calvin.
people walk by and we're like, hey, how's it going? And they might say hey and keep walking. Calvin would be like, hey, come here, let me ask you something. Would you ask us a question for the podcast? And I'm like, God damn, that's good. It's bringing people to the table, but I'm bad at that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this might be the weirdest one I've seen. Scott Bakula versus Pennywise. Go.
Scott Bakula, hands down. This is Captain Jonathan fucking Archer.
Is he Quantum Leap also?
Yes.
Yeah, Scott Bakula would just become Pennywise and then kill himself to stop Pennywise.
Please tell me.
Scott Bakula versus Pennywise. Go.
I choose Scott Baio because I don't know who either of those people are.
Scott Bakula. You never watched Star Trek Enterprise?
No.
Oh, what? Wait, Star Trek Enterprise?
So Scott Baio's awful.
What the hell kind of a Trekkie do you call yourself? You haven't even
Enterprise
watched
sucked, man.
Yeah.
Still, Scott Bakula is Captain Jonathan Archer. He does a damn good job.
He's not super. I just
Everyone's got checked from the battering now.
I couldn't get into it, and then I've never seen it. I just thought
He was like
21
this
Jump
super
Street?
like this super misogynistic
You never watched the
his
old
Twitter is wretched.
You never know what? Night at the Roxbury. He has like a brief cameo appearance because they keep mentioning
he was
Scott
in.
Baio is like their hero.
Who's the bot? No, wait.
Yeah.
Not who's the boss.
21
Jump Street.
No, it's like
But
Charles in
when he-
Charge.
Charles in Charge.
okay.
Yeah, it was Charles in Charge.
Well,
Charles in
whatever.
Charge.
I didn't have any reference for those, but I've never seen it,
You've
and
never seen Quantum Leap?
No.
Chuck, will you be live with more New Vegas tomorrow?
Yes, I will. And I don't know if the deputy of Prim will still be trying to swim through a ceiling, but I imagine I will also be floating.
Oh, I choose Pennywise. Just cause.
I'm giving it to Scott Bakula.
I've never seen it, and
like if Krista were watching, she would have given it to Scott Bakula in a heartbeat.
I think Pennywise would assume the form of a decent career, and Scott Bakula would die.
No, man. Scott Bakula wins. He just leaps into Pennywise and commits suicide.
He can't choose who he leaps into.
Yeah, but
But he does hope that every leap will be his last.
It's true.
So he don't want to do that shit no more.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Everybody that was in the chat, you guys were fan-fucking-tastic. Phenomenal. Slam bang.
Yay.
Our new followers today, Derp, Torreston, Shepherdtone. You guys are the best.
3 followers.
You guys are the fucking best. We're going to be doing so we have our Tuesday night stream tomorrow night will not take place. Game Guy. There's no Wildlands stream tomorrow night. I'm going to be on staycation. Don't worry about it. But Wednesday night, I think Wednesday night we're going to try and do Wildlands. I still have to get confirmation from people. But Thursday night we are going to finish, I believe, Destiny 2.
Yes.
Thursday night at 9 is Destiny 2.
Oh, well, I mean, we're going to finish streaming the story, but we're going to keep playing it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we have strikes and we have shit to do. Scott Bakula sounds like he's Dracula in a terrible disguise.
I've actually seen a Photoshop of Scott Bakula as Dracula.
Don't forget to follow us also on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram. If you guys, by the way, down there at the bottom, that Super NES Classic, we're giving that away on my birthday, 10/18 at 9 p.m. Central. I don't
have
think
to be in chat.
I don't think we're going to do a 12-hour stream that day. I'm going to do a lot of streaming that day. But I'm going to have to do a couple of real-life things. But at 9 p.m. Central, we will give away
October 18th.
So
what day is that?
Wednesday. Wednesday
It's
at
gonna be
9 p.m.
Wednesday. Okay.
Join the chat, be in the chat, and we will draw a random name. And
I'm not eligible.
You're
No.
not.
That was the first thing he asked, and I was like, Steven just posted about
right.
that.
Gutter Nerds and their significant others can't get it. Probably their immediate family too. But
Wait, what if I
No.
break up with Whitney?
No, because you're still part of the stream
you're my
team.
significant other.
You know? Chuck, pull your damn pants up. I'm working on it, asshole.
Is this really worth? No, I'm not even gonna go there. Yes, that's worth.
It has
Yeah.
Star
It's got a
Fox
bunch of shit
2 on it.
And Earthbound and
Okay,
a
you
bunch
want
of
to punch you
old
something?
Super NES games
You
that are very
see
cool.
that dinky little game right there? That dinky little game right there, just the cartridge in and of itself, is worth $200.
Does it have Chrono Trigger on it?
No.
Probably not.
There's no Chrono Trigger.
But it's got Final Fantasy 3, which is
yes,
And
is.
it has
fucking
Earthbound in it, which, you know...
Yeah.
Whatever. I would want the pumpkin.
Yeah.
what?
But please follow us and subscribe. By the way, subscribers are still half off. So if you haven't subscribed to us yet, it's $2.50 for the first month, and that's
God, I
a
wish
steal.
Vintats actually
Only
did.
$250.
That's right. That's right. Gosh, I think that's it. I think we covered everything. My name is Steven.
Saturday mornings. Saturday morning, we got a Saturday morning stream. You and me.
Oh yeah, and Saturday mornings is
Chuck and
Steve-O in the morning. So
We'll be continuing Volgar.
we'll
We'll
probably
finish
finishing
it.
Volgar. Yeah, we're gonna finish a couple games this week, I think.
Damn.
And I'm gonna start Resident Evil 7 with Sarah and scare the shit out of her. It's gonna be awesome.
And
Okay.
I'm going to be playing Fallout 4. If you'd like to watch me play Fallout 4,
Just
you
come
can
to his house.
break into my home.
Sit outside the window.
Just open the window a little bit. Hi, Sam.
This Twitch stream is hard to get into. Okay, my name is Steven.
I'm Batman.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Robin.
And we'll see you guys next time.
You're the Robin to my Batman.